All right, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Daily Update, my 1000 Days Challenge. This is day 776, so let's get things started. All right, so first and foremost, in terms of balance, market structure-wise, in terms of balance-wise, remains the same, no change in terms of that. And if you look in terms of the S&P 500 and Nasdaq-wise, we definitely still remain relatively bearish in a sense, even though we did form a green candlestick similarly for Bitcoin itself. So currently, we do see a very clear correlation between crypto market and also the US equity market itself. So clearly, we are still leaning towards the downside of things. And like I said, even we do see some sort of support, it's unlikely that we will bounce off strongly from here, simply because generally when you very strong downward pressure, you don't just find a bounce directly off of it. Similarly, you see here, similarly, you see here, similarly, you see here, 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 here. Yeah, even if you do get a big bounce, you generally get something like that. But this is after the second drop. So generally, once you have a very big drop, off of here, you generally do continue to fall down a little bit, but that is when there's a decreasing momentum wise, in which case you could have a very nice bounce towards the upside. So I would say that bare minimum will still be somewhere along the middle part of here, which means we are very likely to hit at least 3.8K itself, or potentially even 3.7K, because that's where more clear support can be found. All right, so the same situation you're seeing for Nasdaq. I do think that we are likely to retest this 11.5K region itself. And then for ASHR, it's clearly in the downtrend. And what I mentioned, we are still very clearly forming lower lows and lower high. And most importantly, 20 explanation moving average has confirmed to be the clear dynamic resistance. Which once you break below it, we try to break above it, we fail, and then we are maintaining below it. And then we have a mini bear rally, we are continuous to the downside. So are we very likely to, at the very minimum, test the 28.45 region itself, followed by a potential even further breakdown, since this will be the third time we do test this region. And then for KBAP itself, it's very clearly in the flatline kind of a situation itself, and we're very much consolidating over here. But one key thing is we ignore just this abnormality whereby we break a higher high. It's still very clear that we are technically still forming a clear lower high kind of formation. So overall, I still lean towards the bearish side of things until we do break above and stay above these three moving averages over here, and preferably even at least above the 200 simple moving average on the daily charts. Until that has taken place itself, I still lean towards the downside of things. And with this kind of a slope, kind of a trend line, kind of a support or horizontal support between the $27.5 to $27 region itself, a clear break below that would definitely be extremely bearish. I do think that we break below that, we're very likely to see at least $24, or if not much lower low, which we could at least go to say a $20 region itself is very much likely. $21 region is very much likely in case. So these two regions will definitely be key support zone that you would like to look at. So let me just do out these two regions itself. So yeah, so be very concerned over these two areas to be hit. All right, and then finally for crypto itself, definitely with the current US equity market, we definitely lean towards the downside. The question is how low can we get? So in this kind of a market scenario itself, I do think that 14K could definitely be the mark, or the very minimum 16K itself. But if you're asking me, am I selling my long-term hold for Bitcoin itself? The answer is no. Reason being is, at the end of the day, I still cannot say for 100% certainty itself, which other words defeats the purpose of me to selling out my entire position. And the only reason why I would enter a short is there was a good risk to reward setup. But currently, if you're looking in terms of forward chart, I don't see any such possibility in that sense, because I do not see a decent bounce, and then there isn't a good risk to reward setup. If I put my sell order right now, I have to put my stop loss right above that, which is a little bit high. And in addition to that, there could very much be a weak bounce towards there, reach my target, and then continue towards the downside, and that's not something I want. So in this kind of particular scenario, I'll just stay clear of the market itself and just wait until there's a much clearer formation in that sense. As you can also see over here in terms of the moving averages itself, very clearly we're extremely choppy because you can see them crisscrossing one another. There's no clear trend. Unlike over here, whereby you see partially over here, at least we still have a decent trend whereby the moving averages are split quite evenly over here. So over here, whereby stack from 200 simple to 150 to 200 exponential to 50 and 20, that is where this was a clear trend, consolidation and clear trend, and then we have a reversal pattern in that sense. So unlike that, now that we have crossover, we form this crisscrossing kind of pattern, I'll definitely avoid, because ultimately I'm still a trend follower. All right, other than that, that's the end of today that I have for you guys. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop by your comments below, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.